This portion of the news brought to you by ESSO, a proud sponsor of the ESSO Junior Junkanoo Parade.
Volunteer firefighters in Abaco were applauded for their efforts in putting a damper on that massive blaze that wiped out dozens of homes and claimed 2 lives. Now, the volunteers received financial assistance from local government, but the call was renewed following the tragedy. Deputy Prime Minister Philip Davis says this can be taken into consideration.
First of all, it has to be brought to our attention, some of the needs of the voluntary firefighting unit here in Abaco. I was aware that this volunteer fighting group existed, but its structure, how it operates, how it's funded, or otherwise, we don't know all those details. So as soon as the needs of the firefighting department here, or the volunteer fire department, is known, I'm sure we will step to the plate to assist, because where I'm standing now, and when I look around me, we don't know when we're going to have to be calling on them again in a distant future.
The crown is staying in the valley. That's the unofficial results of the New Year's Day parade. Hundreds gathered at Arawak Key last night as Junkanoo officials made the announcement. Music makers and prodigal sons were disqualified due to eligibility rules.
In 4th place, this group also was deducted 10-point penalty with final total of 74.71 points, one family. In 3rd place, with 81.66 points, Roots. In 2nd place, this group also was deducted 1-point penalty with 86.46 points, Saxons. And winning the overall prize in the BTC 2014 New Year's Day Junkanoo Parades with 89.21 points, Valley Boys.
The Valley Boys also claimed the top spot on Shirley Street, followed by One Family, Roots, and Saxons. Best Music was clinched by the Valley, while 5 groups participated from the B group. Were told that 1 was disqualified. In the end, Colors again claimed bragging rights.
This group, who did 4th place, also had a penalty deduction of 10.50 points. So 4th with 56.68 points, Redland Soldiers. In 3rd place with 62.62 points, Conquerors for Christ. In 2nd place with 69.65 points, Fancy Dancers. And winning overall in the B category for the BTC 2014 New Year's Day Parade with a total of 85.60 points, Colors.
It was Junkanoo fever in the north last night as hundreds turned out for the New Year's Day Parade in Grand Bahama. Our Shashina Roll was in the mix.
The 2014 New Year's Day Junkanoo Parade may now be in the history books, but it could be considered one of the best parades in recent time. As promised by the Grand Bahama Junkanoo Committee, there was a flow during the parade and the lulls between each group were reduced significantly when compared to last year. Hundreds of residents and visitors gathered on the streets of Pinehurst Way to take in the sights and sounds of the biggest festival of the year. As spectators looked on, 11 groups hit the parade route in an effort to capture the reigning title. Among them, the Rotary Junkanoo group in the B category, who had an awesome time showcasing their talent to the audience. Kingdom Culture competed in the A category under the theme, Remember Them Good Old Days. The group filled with talented young people showcased a burst of color and pride as they rushed to the rhythm of victory. Then there were the newcomers to the parade route, but their energy was top-notch. The top performers reflected the lifestyle of the Bahamian people and their frequent travels to South Florida. As the defending champions, the Swingers depicted the theme Dreams. Always a crowd pleaser, their music rocked spectators as they took in the sights and sounds. And then there was the adult fun group, the Bushwhackers, dressed in thatch palm. Group members like our Ricardo Lightborn reminded us of the good old days when Junkanoo was Junkanoo. Sadly, many groups entered the gate late, which resulted in a 300-point penalty. Now the decision of who will be the 2014 New Year's Day Junkanoo winner is in the hands of the judges. Not an easy decision, but one that will be made by 6 o'clock on Thursday evening.
Sailing, sailing, and more sailing. That tops sports.